Hey folks, Jackdaw here, back with another Dragon's Dogma 2 video. With over 10 vocations in Dragon's Dogma 2 characterized into basic, advanced and hybrid classes, choosing your vocation is no easy task. At the beginning, you're going to start with one of the 4 basic vocations, and then you are going to gradually unlock more vocations through quests, NPCs and exploration. Now in my previous video on vocations, I broke down the 4 basic starting vocations that you're going to choose immediately as you boot up your new adventure. Check that video out for guidance on what class to play as soon as you create your new character. Today, however, our focus shifts to the advanced vocations, the classes that become available around the midway point throughout your journey, depending on your questing experience. Unlike the original Dragon's Dogma, in DD2, unlocking advanced vocations now involves completing quests rather than simply reaching the capital city or reaching a specific level. So fasten seatbelts to your ears because we're going to delve into the details of the 2 advanced vocations available in DD2, equipping you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions when the game launches on March 22nd. Now, in Dragon's Dogma 2, the advanced vocations mirror those of the original game, with Warrior and Sorcerer available. However, a significant change is the removal of the Ranger advanced vocation in DD1. Now, this decision comes from a reimagining of the original Strider vocation that was in DD1, which is now split into 2 distinct vocations in DD2, being the Archer and the Thief, starting basic vocations. This restructuring led to the removal of the Ranger advanced vocation and the Assassin hybrid vocation. And that's because the combat aspects and abilities of the Ranger and the Assassin have somewhat been integrated into the Archer and the Thief, streamlining and actually offering earlier access to these 2 rogue class variations. Though the brilliance of the Strider vocation will absolutely be missed, this shakeup does actually make sense. It not only streamlines the class system and the rogue vocations available, but it also creates more space for new hybrid vocations by removing the Assassin one. In summary, DD2 now only features 2 advanced vocations. Of course, as the Arisen, you do have the flexibility to choose from either one of these advanced classes yourself, or that choice can be extended to your pawns, allowing you to strategically diversify your party composition based on whatever playstyle you're entering the world of DD2 with. So, first advanced vocation we have is the Warrior. The Warrior is a powerhouse, specializing in direct combat. Picture a robust, shield-free warrior donned in heavy armor, ready to endure enemy counter-attacks. Unlike the fighter starting vocation, which is more of a tank, the warrior advanced vocation emphasizes damage output over reliable tankiness, especially when wielding 2-handed weapons like the greatsword or a hammer. The key to a warrior's combat prowess lies in their devastating strikes unleashed after charging power and spotting an opening on an enemy. This charged attack stands out as one of the game's most powerful, making warriors formidable adversaries. And as you're going to level up your warrior, you're going to unlock more bespoke skills, such as the ability to hit multiple enemies with a single swing, showcasing their crowd control capabilities. When IGN got to play as a warrior, they noted that the warrior vocation received significant attention to address player feedback from the very first game. The director of DD2 worked to enhance the warrior's strengths, jacking up offense and destructive power while introducing a new ability called Barge. This shoulder bash, usable even while charging an attack, interrupts and potentially stuns enemies, making the warrior vocation even more user-friendly. In the same token, the director of DD2 did say that they have made the vocation somewhat difficult to use, but that's where that tackle comes into play. If you're attacked, you can use the tackle to cause an enemy to be stunned instead of being stunned yourself, making it easier to get into the warrior vocation. Now, also according to IGN, they did say that the warrior was their favourite out of the 5 vocations that they were able to play. It maintained the fantasy of being a great sword wielding badass, bringing giant beasts to their knees with a charge strike while adding a heap of new tricks. Another notable addition to the warrior vocation is a passive skill allowing quicker, regular attacks if timed precisely, providing rhythm and compensation for the usual slow attack speed. Ultimately, for those who enjoy leaping off cliffs and slamming your two-handed weapon down on a monster's head, the warrior vocation is absolutely for you. Otherwise, stick to your starting vocation fighter, which operates more as a tank with a shield and one-handed weapon. The second advanced vocation available in DD2 is, of course, the Sorcerer, making a return from the original. Now, the Sorcerer is your go-to magic class, specializing in unleashing powerful spells. Equipped with a large staff, Sorcerers channel magic through both hands, capable of turning the tide of battle. However, the potency of their spells comes with the trade-off of longer casting times, requiring strategic positioning for safety and timing. These spells pack area of effect damage, surpassing your mage vocation in terms of their potency. As spellcasters, of course, sorcerers do have lower defense and are susceptible to more melee attacks. Despite the challenges with having to constantly shift about and always spatially aware, mastering the sorcerer vocation transforms your arisen into a devastating force, showcasing the rewarding nature of this powerful and strategic class. Now, IGN, unfortunately in their play experience, didn't delve too deep into the Sorcerer Vocation's massive spells, but they did highlight a fascinating addition, Galvanize. Now, this unique skill lets you enter a stance that rapidly recovers stamina, crucial for sorcerers given their lengthy spellcasts. To expedite these spells, there's a skill called Quick Spell, allowing you to spend stamina to reduce casting time. This then sets the stage for a very delicate dance, preparing for a potent spell, using Quick Spell to shorten caster time, and monitoring stamina for subsequent spells, or using Galvanize for a stamina boost. It adds very much an active and engaging boost to your sorcerer's gameplay, making it feel more dynamic and fast-paced than before. So if you're looking to deal a lot more magical damage with more AoE spells, be sure to up your ante with the Sorcerer Vocation once you unlock this vocation. Speaking of which, with those two advanced vocations covered, how exactly are we going to unlock the Warrior and the Sorcerer Vocation in DD2, and also how are we going to enhance our skills with our very chosen vocation? Well, this time around in DD2, we have a quest-based system for unlocking advanced vocations. Now, in IGN's playthrough, they did actually unlock the Warrior and Sorcerer vocations, and this required them to visit the Vocation Guild in one of the capital cities, which then triggered a quest to retrieve a greatsword and an archstaff. Once they completed this quest, they unlocked both the Warrior and the Sorcerer vocations. So it's really quite simple. And speaking of the original DD, hybrid vocations became available at level 10. However, based on IGN's experience with DD2, it seems like hybrid vocations are going to be quest-centric as well, rather than just reaching a specific level, and DD2's website actually uncovered this a little bit more, stating that during our travels we're going to encounter Vocation Masters, who have mastered their chosen vocation, and depending on your relationship with said Vocation Master, they will then grant you access to their vocation or special tomes teaching higher level skills known as Master's Teachings. So while visiting the Vocations Guild is one way to unlock these vocations, apparently seeking out these Vocation Masters, questing with them and building up relationships with them is going to unlock those vocations and also the higher level skills in said vocations. So look out for your Warrior and Sorcerer Masters even once you've been to the Vocations Guild and unlocked the vocation itself, because they are then gonna grant you access to the best skills in the game, undoubtedly. And of course, this process is gonna apply to all Vocation Masters. So as I just said, I don't know how hybrid vocations are going to be unlocked. Look out for your Vocation Masters, and that is going to be your one-way ticket to unlocking the Magic Archer or what have you. Lastly, regarding vocations and wanting to change, and say you've played as your Warrior or your Sorcerer for the majority of the game, and then you unlock your Magic Archer, of course, Dragon's Dogma does allow you to change your vocation. And in DD2, you're going to do that by visiting Vocation Guilds, similar to the process in DD1 where you would visit an inn, and that would facilitate vocation changes, respecs, and leveling up with new abilities. This time, you've just got your dedicated Vocations Guild to do all that stuff. And that wraps up our overview of the 2 advanced vocations available in DD2. Next up, we're going to be talking about the most exciting hybrid vocations that are available in DD2, and believe me, they are so exciting. The level of gameplay and customization that DD2 really has is tremendous, and that is especially showcased in the hybrid vocations. So stay tuned for that one, but do let me know down below, what are your thoughts on the class that you're considering for your initial playthrough? Are you going to start as a fighter and make your jump to a warrior? You're going full sork? Or are you absolutely going to be hammering out those hybrid vocations, finding those Vocation Masters until you get the Mystic Spear Hand or Magic Archer? I mean, Magic Archer is so iconic. Let me know all your thoughts down below. But until next one, of course, I've been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.